Welcome back to Here's Next Door. Thank you all for watching. Today we're in Walnut Port, Pennsylvania, and we're going to be looking at the Diamond Fire Company. Today we're going to be talking to Chief Mike Wentz. He's the fire chief here, and the unique thing about this is there's lots of different properties for this fire company. We're going to start with their engine bay and talk about some of these things. We are in Lehigh County, but we're also surrounded by 3 other counties. We're going to let him explain how this thing works. So as I'm coming in, we're meeting up with Mike Wentz. You're the fire chief, right?
Yes, I am, Mike. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us out. Now, when I Googled this, we were in Lehigh County.
Well, we're actually in Northampton County. We get dispatched through Lehigh County, but right now we're kind of unique because we're at the very tip of Lehigh, Northampton, and Carbon County.
Wow, okay. Okay, so you do a lot of mutual aid for those, or?
A lot, very much.
Okay. So you have an absolutely beautiful station here.
Thank you.
A ton of trucks. So let's kind of walk through and tell me what you have.
Well, first off, we have our 2011 KME. It's an urban interface pumper. So it has a 1500 pump. It has 500 gallons of water, a Class A and B foam system, and it actually has a 250 gallon per minute additional pump on it because this unit can pump and roll, and we have a remote control nozzle on the front that we can actually work this truck like an airport crash truck.
Wow, that's absolutely beautiful. What do you got next to this?
Next to this, we have a 2003. It's an American LaFrance LTI Quint. So it's an 85-foot ladder, a 1500 pump, 500 gallons of water, and 6 firefighters. This is our first out piece for dwelling and structure fires.
Okay. Now, you mentioned the word Quint. What does that mean for those viewers that may not know fire trucks?
So Quint is a ladder truck that has a pump on it and also has its own water supply. So having a 500-gallon water tank, we can go in, get a line off, and room and contents fire pretty much knock it down.
Wow, that's awesome to have. What else do you have? Oh, do you have an ATV back here?
Yes, we do. So we have a 2010. It's a Polaris, and it's an ATV. It's of course we keep it on a trailer, and it has a skid unit on. There's 65 gallons of water, 5 gallons of Class A foam, and also it's capable of transporting a patient. There's a patient area there that we can put a Stokes basket on to remotely get somebody off. We have a lot of walking trails, a tow path, or some of the mountains in the area.
Okay, okay. The station again is huge. This is a nice big open bay area. How many trucks do you actually have in this bay?
So right now we have 5 trucks. We have a boat, and then of course the ATV on the trailer.
Okay, and I see you got nice, beautiful gear racks. I think this is the first time I've seen them in blue.
In blue, yes. It's
yeah.
Kind of unique. We did them in blue to kind of match the apparatus being with the white and the blue and the gold stripe. So we thought we would kind of try and match.
Beautiful. It's always a good way to have the racks rather than just the old school boxes. Remember those things that you used to have?
That's what we did have initially, and then we got a grant, and we were able to purchase these.
Okay. I hear you're getting a new floor. This is almost done, not quite done yet.
Yes.
This is a good way to do this. I've never seen this before.
Yes, this is Armor Tough flooring, and they're going to be finishing it Monday, and then they're going to be putting the yellow outlines on for backing the trucks. And this is for the fire companies, is a lifetime floor. It's not going to crack, it's not going to bubble or peel, and we thought for longevity of the building and time to come, this was our best option to do.
Right. I see you got a bunch of guys here. Do you mind if we meet them real quick?
We can, sure, absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, this is Saturday morning. They come in here, they'll have coffee and conversation, and they're practicing knots and everything else. So
okay. Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for inviting us out. I appreciate it.
So this is some of our firefighters, our junior firefighter here, which happens to be my daughter Leah. We have some fire police, our fire police captains here. So a lot of times on the weekends they'll get together. We have a picnic table in the station, and kind of this is where all the conversation happens, and
around
the coffee
the fire
and everything
table.
else.
Every Friday night we try to do something around the fire table.
There we go. Right here it is.
So now you mentioned that your daughter's here. You are second, third, fourth generation?
I am 3rd generation firefighter, and my daughter would be 4th. So my grandfather was, all my cousins, my aunts, uncles. My father was 50 years here, 51 years actually. He was past assistant chief and president, and now my daughter turning 14, she wanted to join, and so we're gonna.
Yeah, that shows the camaraderie of family, that when you get involved with a firehouse or EMS station, that it goes generation after generation.
It does. It does, very much so.
What else do we have in the engine bay here?
So right here we have our 1996 rescue engine. So this actually is our rescue truck, but it's also a Class A engine. So we have a 1750 pump. This has foam on it, 750 gallons of water. But this piece here is, I say it's our rescue truck because this has the jaws of life on it, has the airbags, has rope rescue equipment, and water rescue equipment, but it also serves as an engine if needed.
Right. Swiss Army knife fire trucks.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Behind us you have, looks like a brand new boat.
Absolutely. I don't want to forget this. When we mentioned water rescue, we just received this Wednesday. We actually have a 14-foot Zodiac boat that we're going to keep in service. We just got this. This is a Rescue 1 boat. This is a 16-foot, 50 horsepower jet prop motor on. We do a ton of water rescues. We have the river here that separates the two counties.
How far are you from the river?
The river, half a mile.
Okay.
And we have 2 boat ramps that we can access the river on. So we do a lot of water rescues. We have a lot of people, extensive training, and basically we had to upgrade. We're actually upgrading the trailer that hopefully next time you see us, we're going to have a double stack trailer, and we're going to run both boats because of the need for it here.
Right. All right. This is an absolutely beautiful boat. You know, the fact that we got to see it just as you guys got it too.
Didn't even use it yet.
So what do we have here?
So this is our 1994. This is a International with a Schwab body. This basically is our fire police truck. We do have additional spill equipment on there for hazmat. We keep some additional cribbing on there. This has an air cascade system on it, lighting, and this is actually also Pennsylvania State QRS certified.
Okay. But you said it's mainly your fire police vehicle. This is probably the largest fire police vehicle I've ever seen.
Well, all the fire police, we have 7 fire police, and all their cones and their signs and barricades are all in there, as well as some rehab and some other support things for the fire service.
So it's not just about blocking off traffic; it's about helping the entire fire scene.
Pretty much, it's a little bit of everything.
Is this what pulls the boat?
Now, this vehicle here, this is our main QRS vehicle that we go out ahead of the ambulance on EMS, certain EMS calls, and this actually has everything on it to support and pull the ATV, and it also will pull the boat. So this has some water rescue equipment on, has equipment on to support the ATV. So this is our kind of all-around do-everything truck.
Okay, and this is a F-350?
This is an F-350, a 2016 Ford.
Wow, beautiful truck. So how many members do you have here?
Right now we have a crew of 30.
Okay. And out of those 30, how many show up to do drills and for calls and those kind of things on average?
Right now on the average, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I were to move here, how would I get involved in with you guys?
So we do a lot of advertising. So we basically, our phone number's out there. A lot of times people will call and leave a message. They'll stop here at the station. We have an application process. So they would fill an application out. They would go through a background check, a child safety clearance. Then they would meet with me and go over everything, fill their application out, of course. Okay. And then they would meet with all the officers, and then the process.
Would they stop by the station to do that? Is there a website?
We have a website. Our phone number's posted. They can stop by the station any Wednesday night at 6:30. We train every Wednesday at 6:30, and they can meet up with me. I'm usually here, and we get the process going.
That's awesome, awesome. So this is a large area. Where is all your mechanics rooms? How do you maintain the gear? I don't see a whole lot out on the engine bay.
Yeah, actually, everything, Mike, is all on the outskirts. When we built the building in 1992, we wanted to keep the offices, the lounge, a training area, all attached to this, so that way if you're doing something and you're doing work in the office or you're doing training and you need to get something off the trucks, we didn't want to have to climb up and down steps, go to another building. We wanted to keep everything all in one, so we actually attached everything all the way around the outskirts, and this way you're going from the operations into where the apparatus is.
Okay. Do you mind if we go back and take a look at your stuff?
Absolutely, let's go. So the first room here is going to be our mechanics room. This is actually where we do everything for our SCBA and our compressor and fill stations in here for our SCBA.
I love the fact that your air fill station and your cleaning is off of the engine compartment.
Yeah, when we design this is our maintenance room. So we fill our air bottles in here, we work on the air packs in here, and the 3-bay sink is actually for cleaning the mess.
Yeah. Many times we have the buckets that we label, we got to clean, rinse, and then sanitize. You have it all right here.
Clean, rinse, and sanitize. The same principle, just when we built the station, the cabinet maker did all this, we put the sinks in. Right. Put the air pack in service.
Air fill station, you can fill 2 bottles at a time?
Yes, 2 at a time.
So, and what do you guys use for air bottles?
We use MSA.
Or air cylinders, I should say.
Yep.
We got to
not bottle, it's a cylinder. Correct.
So over here we have what?
This is our, the next room here is our equipment storage room and our gear room.
Okay.
So as we come in, of course, and it's a little cramped right now because here's our other boat, but we keep all our spare hose in here, our absorbent material. extra pads and booms for hazmat spills, some extra cribbing, all our extra foam, and we have a
very
spare
clean and
chainsaw.
organized in here. I appreciate that. A lot of times when we get our storage, we just like, I don't have time. We just kind of throw it in a corner, or we kind of hide it different ways.
The guys,
you guys have taken some time here.
Guys here are fabulous. We're taking care of the equipment and the building. They're outstanding.
Right, and back here is another little room.
Back here is our gear room. So this is all our spare gear.
Okay.
We have, their spare helmets and boots, and we have boots and pants and coats over here. But this room basically is when we're after a fire. They're going to come in here, take everything apart.
Got washer.
It gets washed.
Or extractor.
And then it gets
and the
dried.
dryers. Wow. Wow, that's awesome to have. Many times, some of the firehouses that aren't as high tech, I literally just take my gear out and lay it out on the floor, and I just kind of let it dry over time, or I hang it on the mirror of the fire truck or something like that.
Well,
having an extractor and a washer here on the station, pretty sweet.
We have a policy. So after any fire where they're doing interior firefighting, the gear comes back. The gear must be washed and dried.
How many sets of gear do you offer to each of your members?
Right now, everybody has 2 sets of gear. 1 set of gear for structural firefighting. The second set of gear would be for auto extrication and like forest firefighting things. So we have 2 sets. Ultimately, I would love to get everybody 2 sets of structural gear, but as time goes on, hopefully some grant funding, we can accomplish that.
Okay. About how many fire calls do you get a year?
About 180.
Okay, and you run QRS too.
We run QRS.
About how many QRSs do you run on top of that?
We do 3 to 4 a month on an average.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So now with your QRS, are you paramedic? Are you EMT? EMR?
So we have 1 paramedic. We have 12 EMTs, and almost everyone else on staff is an EMR.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We got a couple more rooms to see. Let's go check.
We do. The next room over here is actually our training room.
Okay. Over here, housekeeping purposes, restrooms.
Well, our restrooms and shower rooms are down the hall, and they're actually attached to the training room. So when you're in class, you don't have far to go to use the facility.
Okay.
You can go right back to your class.
Right. Now, as we walk in, you got automatic lights.
Yeah, we did that so that way it was kind of, when you were here, the lights would be left on. I would drive by in the morning going to work and I see lights on. So we kind of, in a lot of the rooms, put automatic lights. They'll go on by themselves, go off by themselves, just trying to conserve some energy.
Yeah, it helps with that efficiency of
Absolutely.
the department. So you have overhead projector, podium.
Whiteboard, the podium. We have the overhead projector. The sound is wired in, so we try to do as many classes, whether it's in-house we do, or we bring instructors in. We try to do as much as we can ourselves here.
Right. About how many people can you hold in this room? Do you know?
About 40.
About 40. Well, that's a pretty big class.
It is.
So, and I noticed in the corner here you have a bunch of trophies.
Right. So what we're doing there is those are all old trophies. One of our fire police officers is taking them, and that's why they're there. He's working on them and making real big plaques. So over the years, the guys like going to parades, and they've won trophies. So we're kind of going to make, and I'll show you when we get to the next room, and we're going to hang them in our social hall that everybody in the community and whoever comes to visit can see over the last how many years of the awards.
I noticed when a lot of the firehouses we've been going to that have done the parades and stuff, they have a ton of trophies, and they just get stuffed in a corner at some time. And because there's so many of them, you've been doing it for how many years now?
I think we started in 1982.
Yeah. So you have a ton of them. By breaking it down and putting it on a plaque was a good idea, and you don't have to have that bulk of that
Absolutely.
That trophy. So
Absolutely.
All right, this is an absolutely beautiful room. I love that you have an old chalkboard.
Well, this area was very big in the slate industry, and what happened was when we built the building here, the gentleman that owned the slate company donated that chalkboard, so we've kept it up there.
Love the old school. It brings me back to my school age.
Absolutely. This is going to be our actually the crew lounge. So
okay.
we have a lounge in here where the guys can kind of sit, watch TV. We actually have a computer in here that all the members can use. So if there's guys, if they're in college and they want to get away from home, they can come in here. They got to take their NIMS training or whatever have you. The guys can come here. They can sit here, turn the lights down, have the TV on, and do some computer work. So we kind of give that to everybody.
It's very homey in here. I love the fact that I went from that hard floor onto here. It's a nice carpeted
room.
Yeah. You got good furniture for people to sit down, big screen TV. Absolutely perfect way to do this.
Yeah,
I would be very comfortable spending an 8-hour shift
Yes.
here.
Well, and that was the thought when we did this. And actually, back in the corner is one of the plaques that you can see where they're taking the trophies, and that's what they're doing in like 10-year increments. So eventually we'll have like 1980 to 1990 and so on and so forth, and we're going to have them hanging in our social hall and then keep doing in 10-year increments, and that's kind of better than having the trophies all around, or like you said, stuck in a corner.
Right.
So next we have our officer's office.
Okay.
And basically the deputy chief, assistant chief, the captain, lieutenant, and fire police captain all have desks in here.
Okay.
So this is kind of, you can see this is a very big working office. They do, a lot of things get done in here, and our conference table. So we'll actually have our officers meetings here, new people that come in after they go through me, and when we all sit down with all the officers, we'll all sit here together. And this is kind of we decided to do this because this way we could all be in here, closed door, and we had the room, so it was
And this is the work behind the work. Without a good set of line officers and people taking care of the paperwork and doing those kind of things, you won't have the nice trucks, you won't have the good engine bay.
Absolutely.
And that's what this is all about.
And these guys, the guys that are underneath me, are fabulous, and they all have assigned duties, and they get the job done. And that's what it's all about. It's teamwork for everybody, from myself all the way to the fire police.
Okay. So now, one of the things that we've had at other companies is they've had internet access, they've had gaming systems and things like that. Do you offer that to your members?
Yes. So the computer in the back there, the guys can do all that. They can do everything on there. We have open Wi-Fi through the building, so the guys can come in and do whatever. We have pay channels like on the TV, so the football games and everything else, they'll come in here, watch the races, watch the red zone, and that'll happen sometimes on the Sundays. So it all works out. And the thought is to keep the guys here, and like today's a Saturday, they're all out there. The guys are here. The quicker we're out for that call.
Right. And we use the generic guys. We also, I noticed you got a good set of female firefighters.
We do. And it's I call everybody guys, but all in all, yes, we do have we have female fire police officers. Again, my daughter joined. She's one of the first female in a while, and she wanted to do this. So it's all ages. Anybody, male, female.
When can you start?
14.
Okay.
14. We will take them at 14.
Back here, we got one more room.
Yes, this is my office. Here's where I'll sit and I do a lot of my paperwork. I do a lot of the grant work. I have all the filing cabinets here, which there's files for everything. So you keep track of your personnel, training, grants, all the equipment files. Our fund drive information. Fireman's Relief has 2 drawers. So basically everything is kept in here. This is all the files, and again, I have an area where I can initially meet with a new member, or if we have to talk to someone, we can meet in here, we can close the door. So I spent probably more time over in the officer's office, because that's where the main computer is for the officers, and that's where we do our reports on emergency reporting. I am responding, and I make a lot of the do a lot of the paperwork. I make a lot of the tags for the trucks that you're going to see when you do the station rigs, is all on that main computer over there.
I love the fact that you have old file cabinets. A lot of us have converted over to computer systems, but computer systems could be hacked, right?
That's the reason why. So we have everything in files and have everything on the computer. And the reason is we did get hacked, and we were down a computer system for a period of 2 weeks. So thank God we have some good people here in the fire department that know a lot about computers and have a computer company close by. They were able to help us out and get us up. So it can happen to anybody.
Coming across from your engine bay, you have a couple other pieces of property to help you with kind of finance, right?
We do.
And over here you have your social hall?
This is our social hall, or banquet hall as we call it, but our main purpose there is 2 nights a week. We do rent it out, but we have bingo. And we'll have bingo tonight, Saturday. We'll have bingo Saturday night. We have a very big game, and on Tuesday night. And then we rent it out for other functions. But our big fundraiser is bingo, and then the small game of chance that the tickets they play at bingo the people.
Okay, and how many can that hold?
That building will hold 800 people.
Wow, that's a pretty big crowd.
It is. That is a very big revenue generator for our fire company.
Right, and now this building was your original firehouse.
This was the original firehouse. This is where the apparatus were originally, and this is our social club. So we actually have a social club here. We'll go in.
Okay. Now, is this attached to the fire company? Like or do I have to have a different kind of membership?
So This is a separate membership, so this is actually the association. So you're a member of the fire company, and then you can belong to the association. And right now, we actually have 2,700 social members.
Wow.
So we're going to go in, and it's a club in here where you can sit and relax. They have different activities going on here. Tonight there's a band, and we have a full restaurant attached to this.
So how does that help the revenue of the fire department?
So the fire department, we get revenue from, again, the small game of chance, and the extra revenue at the end of the year that the club would make has to come to, again, the betterment of the community. And our main purpose is fire and rescue protection for the borough and surrounding communities. So all additional money that's made helps with the firefighting.
That's an awesome way to do it. Let's go inside.
Okay, here we go.
So Chief, now that we're in the hall, you have some employees that actually run this bar or restaurant, right?
We actually do. So he was a past deputy fire chief. He retired, Michael Gaston, and he totally manages our whole social club here. So
okay. Do you mind if I talk to him for a little bit?
Absolutely. Mike Gaston, this is
Mike. Nice to meet you.
Same here. Same here.
All right. So tell us a little bit what you have here. What is this all about?
Well, this is a rebuilt since we had a fire approximately 7 years ago.
Okay.
We reopened September 21st, 2018. We started off with a $5 membership for 1 year. Then we had changed to $10 to join, $5 to renew, and throughout the years, we have introduced bands on a Saturday night and karaoke to our membership.
Okay.
We do a party once a year, Washington's birthday party for our members. Free food, free drink for an entire day, and we're here to support the fire department that you were at earlier today.
Okay,
that's our main accomplishment.
So here you have pool tables, you have shuffleboard tables, you have a lot of things for people to come down and that socialization of the firehouse.
Yes,
it's really where it started from. That's the roots of where this building is, right?
Yes.
This was the original firehouse.
Correct.
They moved the apparatus bay across the street, but you're kind of still attached to the firehouse. Do I understand that correctly?
That is correct. We started here with a one-room engine bay, also a bank in our facility. And then the bank left, I think in around the 80s. They left and we remodeled the place, enlarged it, and it just took off from there. And then unfortunately we had a fire and then we remodeled and we expanded again to a full kitchen.
Okay.
Compliments of the fire department to help us out to get started.
Okay. So now if I'm in the area and I want to join this, I pay my $10 fee for a year. What kind of services do I get for that? What can I do?
Okay. Tuesday nights, we run a taco night, draft beers, and some twisted tea specials. Wednesday nights, we run wings at a reduced price. Thursday night is our burger night. Friday nights, we do restaurant bar bingo. And then once again, Saturday nights through spring and late fall, we run bands with karaoke every Saturday night.
That is awesome. That's a good way to go out, into the community, meet the community members. You have people here already, just to have that camaraderie. We lose that, especially during the pandemic that we had. We kind of lost a little bit of that stuff. But with having a membership like this, that's a good way to bridge that gap and get people to, not only come and hang out, but also potentially help with the fire department.
Yes, it is. It's an expanding situation where you come here and join. You may be interested in helping the fire department, the ladies auxiliary, possibly become a full-time employee also.
Okay. So it's a good date night, right?
Yes, it is.
So do you mind kind of showing us around a little bit?
Yes. As you see, we have a shuffleboard here, longboard. It is covered tonight because we do have a band coming in at 7:30.
That's what this open space is supposed to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Directly behind us would normally be our pool table.
Okay.
Where we would have pool leagues. We also normally in the far left there, we have a bowling shuffleboard machine, which we have a league currently going every Tuesday night in-house. You have dart boards. Periodically, we will have dart leagues here on a Thursday night. So we're always busy, and our next step is we have one under our shuffleboard table right now. The other is in the basement, cornhole. We'll be introducing that in fall of September, a cornhole league here on Sunday afternoons for our members.
How many people can this hold? What's the capability?
We can hold approximately 150 people comfortably.
Wow, that's a big place.
Some weeks when we do have bands, we have 150 on the dot.
Okay.
Full service kitchen, from a simple burger to a black diamond steak, Yingling beer battered haddock dinners, crab dinners, you name it. We're almost like a restaurant at a reduced rate to our members and guests.
That's an awesome way to support your community, to support the firehouses. We've traveled the country now and seen lots of different ways to kind of skin the cat of raising money, whether that's, bringing in comedians, whether that's, holding banquets and stuff like that. You are covering a lot of different things. You have the banquet hall out back where we just walked past that holds bingo, and having a full run, you're a full-time employee here, right?
Yes, that's
a full
correct.
run bar and restaurant is an awesome way to support your community. I thank you for doing that.
Yes. We have approximately 11 employees that also help out in the venture here. And it's like, we're here for the community. We also give back to the community. Local church up the street from here, Northern Lehigh Food Bank we contribute to, and we're always here to help the rest of the community.
Mike, thank you so much for showing us around. We really appreciate it. Once again, Mike, Chief, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we got Mike, and Mike. So you guys are doing really good here. Once again, we are at the Diamond Fire Company in Walnutport, PA. You guys are doing really good things. I appreciate everything you do, and this thing looks fantastic. So thank you for having us out and letting us see it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Stations Cribs. This is another episode. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification so we can keep bringing you more. Don't forget, we do have merch. You want to hit some of that stuff up and get on board. We'll see you next week.